Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making some premium Damascus steel. The first thing that I have to do is clean up the two 4-foot bars of steel that I'm going to be using. Now that I've gotten the steel all ground nice and clean, it's time to cut it into 18 different pieces for our 2 billets. One of the neat things about my family traveling so much is that I have friends all over the US and really all over the world. So my friend Joseph Van Deco was kind enough to have me over at his shop, where we welded up these billets. After putting the billet in the forge, I let it heat up to around 2200 degrees and then gave it the first nice gentle squish with the press. Now while I do own a hydraulic press, I can't carry it around with me. I can only use it during the summers when we're in Nashville. So Joseph was kind enough to let me use his press as well. Now there's tons and tons of different alloys of steel that you can use for making Damascus. The most common, and the one that I'm using here, is a steel called 15N20 and another steel called 1080. The 15N20 has some nickel in it, so that when you forge weld it together and then etch your bar, the 15N20 will appear shiny while the 1080 will get dark. Now all the trolls out there will probably point out that what I'm making isn't Damascus steel, but pattern welded steel. And while I'm not really even sure of the difference there, everyone now calls this type of steel Damascus. But if you do happen to know the difference between Damascus steel and pattern welded steel, make sure to drop a comment and enlighten me. Now that I've gotten the original billet cut up, restacked, and forge welded, now we're up to about 40 layers of steel. One of my favorite parts about forging Damascus is watching all that scale form and then gently falling off. For anyone under the age of 18, like myself, please make sure to be safe while you're in the shop, have adult supervision and professional training before you attempt anything like this. This video is purely for documentary purposes and for your entertainment. After getting that second billet drawn out to its final length and thickness, it's time to clean it up super well and then cut it into 6 pieces. That way when we restack, we'll have 240 layers of Damascus. Now there's one final step that I didn't catch on camera. After I'd gotten the billet forge welded and mostly drawn out, I cut in some grooves into it to expose the Damascus in a very linear way. That way, when I draw it out to its final thickness, we'll have ladder pattern Damascus. Now that we're here at the end of the video, if you'd like to see what I make out of this bar of Damascus, make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.